whānau. My name is Josh Callis and this is my wife Melissa Callis.
Kia ora.
Hukirangi te maunga, ko waia putaua, ko Ngāti Porou te iwi, tihei Māori ora. It's just a flash way, let you fellas know where we're from, just to give you some landmarks. We're from Te Tairāwhiti, and more specifically Gisborne. We've been down here in Christchurch for just over a year. We moved here January 2019. So it's been quite a challenging year for us, but a good year nonetheless. When we decided to move here, we spoke to some very close friends of ours. One in particular gave us an analogy, and he said, when you're brought up somewhere, when you're born and raised somewhere, it's like when you go fishing in the bay. You have your landmarks, you have the marae is over here, the pine trees are over here, and once you've got those two landmarks, you know you're sitting right on top of where all the snappers are biting. And so the environment is nice and calm, and like you were saying, everything in the bay is familiar. But when we said that we were looking to move to Christchurch, and we felt a real strong prompting to move down here, he said, he gave the analogy that you're moving from fishing in the bay now to open ocean voyaging travel, which is a totally different experience. The environment's different. As you head out into the ocean, you leave behind the landmarks, so you can't see the land anymore, you can't see the marae or the pine trees. You're heading towards an horizon with an unknown destination. In other words, you don't exactly know where you're going, you're just heading in that direction, and the only way you need to navigate is you use the stars, like our old people would navigate by using the stars. But basically, that analogy is to look up. And so we were trusting that as we were making this move, yes, physically we knew we were going to, but we didn't quite understand the full plan of why we were moving here. We had an idea, but the full plan wasn't quite known to us. And so, as in the physical, you got to look up. That was us. We had to look up and trust that we were following God and His plan to come down here. So we get down here, we get on with living, but then there's a sense of disorientation because again, we're in an unfamiliar environment, friends, family, everything that we know is not here. And if anything, that really pushed us closer to God. It really made us want to know that voice, that inner voice, that it was clear, it was loud, and it was the only voice that we were paying attention to. And that was helped by connecting to the North City Church, and how we came to be part of that family was a chance meeting through someone from the church at one of the local supermarkets. And upon our first meeting, we just felt this warmth, this presence, this homely feeling. We felt like we were home, even though none of the faces were familiar, but there was obviously a familiar spirit that was there that made us feel welcome. And so little kind of experiences like that have really encouraged us to continue to trust God in a time that was quite challenging. And so as we've been down here, we just really had to re-establish that trust in God, and to remember some of the times that God has pulled through in other occasions in our lives. You know, the Bible continues to remind the Jewish people of what God did here, and how God brought them out of the land of Egypt and all that. And that's there to remind the people that He has done it before, and He'll do it again. He might not do it the same way, but He's always there to bring you into that place of promise, as long as you're living according to His ways. And so that's how we had to reassure ourselves. And so basically a year on from living here, we then reconnect with our friend back home who gave us that analogy of the open ocean voyaging. And he gave us another analogy. He talked about how during the COVID crisis in the States, the mayor there gave a speech and in his speech he used the proverb, stone by stone across the morass. And basically that means you might not have the whole plan figured out, but all you're doing is looking for that next stone to get you to get that next step forward. And that gave us great comfort, because we're in that place at the moment, and it's exactly what the word says. The word is a light unto our feet, and so it's our feet is where our focus is, because we're simply looking for that next step, and to get us through and across to where we need to be. And so that's been quite encouraging for us. And while we're in that place, I'm reminded again, we've been here before. We've been in a place where we haven't known the total picture, but we just had to look for that next firm footing, to place our next foot, to make our next step. And I think as long as we keep stepping forward, God will provide that solid footing to place that foot, that step. Then the next moment will be another step and another foot. You're also reminded when you go to the beach and you have to go to the rock pools and you're looking for different things, and when you're walking across the rocks, you're just looking for the next rock you can put your foot on, and that's how you get from A to B. You're not necessarily looking up to where you want to go, you're just looking in front of you to make sure your foot lands steadily on the next step. So that's our journey today. We've made some connections in the church, and we've formed some relationships, and we're looking forward to broadening those relationships and deepening those relationships as we establish ourselves here with our North City family. So, tēnā tātou.